I was making pretty nice money as a software engineer 1.5 years ago, but after that I quit my software engineering job and I stopped kinda pursuing money and I started pursuing value. But I wasn't doing this on purpose. I started doing it on purpose pretty much just recently, just about a month ago. But before that, I was trying to actually achieve some financial results. But in this video, I want to explain why I stopped doing this, why you should stop doing this as well, and what will happen if you want, and what you should be doing instead to actually pursue value instead of pursuing finances and money. So let me go back to my 1.5 year ago journey. I was working in software engineer. I was making pretty decent money, and it's maybe 70% more than whatever Canada was doing at the time. While I was living in Canada making those money, so I was making more than 70% of the population. I'm pretty sure the number is around that. So I kind of felt good about this, and most software engineers making even more than that. But what I realized for myself, definitely it wasn't like back in the time back then, but I realized it recently is that whenever I'm worrying just about finances, whenever I'm achieving those financial goals, nothing pretty much changes. So I'm not at the point where I'm making like millions, but still I'm making some money, and I was making those money before, and even then I realized that this is nothing pretty much changed. So I started caring more about value recently. Well, I still do care about money because I'm not making so good money so that I can do every single thing that I want to do in my life. But still, I'm making some money, and I do care about value. Because if you care about finances, you achieve this goal, and now you don't have any goal. And if you don't have any goal, basically your life is not going anywhere. And what is even the purpose of life if you don't have a goal? So this is exactly like what I guess happens to business owners, maybe some software engineers who are making some good money. They at some point realized that money wasn't like the goal, or at least nothing changed. So just the balance of their credit card changed, especially since most software engineers are pretty frugal, myself included. We're not spending too much money, we're spending much less than whatever we're making, and there is no purpose for this amount of money that we have. So why you shouldn't be pursuing this? What you should be pursuing instead? You should be pursuing value. And by working in a normal software engineering job, you pretty much cannot do this because you're not seeing how much value you're providing. Maybe you are working on some app and you can actually see that there are users who are enjoying your apps and you can actually see them, but in most cases you cannot. In most cases you don't have access to all parts of your journey. So, for example, backend developers, they can see like some rows in the database and see that people are actually using it. And if you're working like some big corporate company like Amazon, whatever, you will not be seeing those results. Even if there is some nice feature, you probably will not see even how you even changed, how much value you actually provided to the people. So what I'm recommending is to actually create businesses, create your own entrepreneurial path, because what I realized for myself, I actually thought about it recently, yesterday. I was thinking, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I doing those uncomfortable things? Because in my life right now, I'm doing pretty lots of stuff that is super hard, super uncomfortable, and most people would never do this. I'm approaching girls on the street. This is not relevant to business, but still. I'm cold calling businesses, offering them my solutions with lead generation for my agency. I'm running sales calls with both agency owners and engineers or tech founders who are trying to become either better tech founders or just starting out their tech founder journey. And what else I'm doing? And I'm also sending cold DMs on LinkedIn. And if I have options to send them somewhere else, then I will also send this. And all those things are pretty much uncomfortable. And also I'm making content. I'm putting out content on LinkedIn, I'm putting out content here. And those are pretty comfortable for me because I've been doing this for a while already. But before it was super uncomfortable. And the most uncomfortable things for me right now are outreach. Basically DMs, cold calling, and all this stuff, which is discomfortable. And I know that once I will be doing this longer, then it will feel more comfortable. But what I want to mention here at this point is that I was thinking, why am I doing this? Why wouldn't I just leave this? Why wouldn't I go to Brazil? Why didn't I go to Thailand or Thailand? How do you pronounce it? Okay, you understood it. Why wouldn't I just go to some other country? And I realized that I already did it. I kind of knew that I already did it, but I did it actually like 1.5 years ago. I went to China, and this is exactly what I did. I quit my software engineering job. Okay, I actually was fired, but I still wanted to do this. I wanted them to fire me, so we can consider it to be quitting. Okay, and at that point, I was trying different things. I was trying different coding projects. I was trying YouTube channels. I was trying whatever I could try, and I was also exploring the country. So I still was trying to find this exact journey, these directions that I can go into. Because once we are feeling comfortable, once we're relaxed, once, let's say you take a holiday, let's say you're taking a month off, you're not working for a month, what will you do? You'll probably get bored really quickly. Maybe you'll stay okay like for a week. But if you don't have a phone, even a week is going to be hard for you. So this is what I kind of realized for myself. It was back in China, and it will happen if I will repeat the same process again. If I will decide to quit my software engineering job, I will still be pursuing new things. I will be trying to find new directions for myself. And this is what I did back then. I did a pretty successful YouTube channel, which made me money. But then I realized that this is not what I want to pursue, because this is not what I enjoy, because I made a mistake there. I started doing the things that I didn't really like. I converted more into whatever people were looking for instead of what I enjoyed. And I knew that people will be able to pay me for that they will be interested in that, so I was doing that. I was helping people to apply to Chinese universities, but I wasn't interested in this at all. Yeah. So what I realized for myself is that if I will do this again, I will not have this path basically again. I will be searching for a new thing. And if, for example, I will decide to not search for anything, if let's say I will be just chilling, what would happen? First of all, I will run out of money at some point. And I will have to go and pursue some job. Maybe it will be software engineering. Probably, yeah, because I have software engineering skills and this is the most like high paid job. So this is what I'd probably do. I would go back to software engineering. And what I realized here is that if I would be doing software engineering, then again, I will not see the values that I'm providing. There is no way to see it, basically, for the most part, unless you're working in like small startup. But there's probably not too much money, and there's lots of risk as well. And second thing is that I will be pursuing finances again. I will be pursuing some financial goals, because there's pretty much nothing else to pursue. You cannot perceive value. Okay, maybe you can pursue value, but why would you pursue value in being employed if you can actually just go and create your own thing and pursue value there? So this is what I'm doing right now. And what I will also do if I would go through this path and if I would work as a software engineer again is that I would still have to do uncomfortable things that I don't like. It includes coding. I do like coding, but there will be definitely a lot of pieces of code that I will not enjoy to do. For example, some bugs that were like reviewed millions of times and they're like in the in the what it's called, backlog, like in the Trello board, whatever, Jira, they were staying there for like 5 months, and this is a bug that you have to fix. If you will be given such a bug, then you will actually have to go and fix it. But it's been there for a while, not for no reason. It was a reason because nobody wants to do this, and you will have to do this. Or maybe not just that. Maybe you'll have to go to the office, commute to the office. Maybe you'll have to be in an uncomfortable location. I was living in Canada. This is also one of the reasons why I wanted to leave, because I didn't like the weather there. I wasn't feeling comfortable. I also had to go to the office. The life was pretty expensive there. So there was lots of reasons, and those are the uncomfortable things that I will have to encounter again. So I realize right now that I would better do more uncomfortable things right now that I'm actually making myself to go through, instead of having some other person who will let me do some other discomfortable things. So I would better do more discomfortable things that I let myself do right now, so that I can get better results in the end much quicker, and be able to delegate those uncomfortable things, for example. But still, there will definitely be a lot of discomfortable things that I will have to do, but at least there will be the ones that I will pick. And if I want to, I can just go and quit. I can just quit this job. I mean, the job of being like entrepreneur. I could stop at some point, because I could make enough money to actually go and travel and not even worry about money. But again, the value is still going to be missed. If I quit it, I will still want to pursue something. So we're always pursuing some things. So for most people, I'm sure it's like 80% of people in the world, they're pursuing financial goals. So if you're pursuing those financial goals, when you reach this financial milestone, you understand that there is nothing changing basically. And there is no purpose in financial milestones. So what I want you to understand is that you should pursue value. Start building your own business. Start having these discomfortable situations and make them for yourself. And make them as hard as you want them to make. Maybe you want to let yourself do 10 cold calls. Maybe you want to do 100 cold calls. For example, today I did like 92 cold calls in like 3-ish hours. And it wasn't really like satisfying. So I didn't enjoy this process. But at the same time, it didn't feel like it's too crazy. So I'm still growing and becoming better, and it becomes more comfortable as well. And this will happen basically with any uncomfortable thing. So what I recommend you to do is to do this uncomfortable path yourself, that you picked yourself, and go through it. Because once, also there is like an experiment that people made, like at some point, why am I saying people? Okay, so some scientists made, humans made some experiments. So basically there were two like contestants. Actually not two, a lot of contestants. So they were given like Rubik's Cube, I guess, or something like this. And they were placed in two different rooms. The first one was for people who were not paid for solving this Rubik's Cube. And the second one was paid for solving this Rubik's Cube. And it was documented, reported, that those people who were not paid for solving some hard thing, basically, whatever, Rubik's Cube, maybe it was something else, those who were not paid for doing this work, they were doing it for a longer time period. They had no limitations for the time. They could sit there as long as they wanted to. And those who were paid and who were told like, okay, you are paid for solving it, but you can leave at any point you want to. Those who were paid, they were leaving much quicker. And I guess it was tested on many people, not just two. I don't know why I previously said two, but it was probably tested on many people since they made this kind of report. So it is proven. It is scientifically proven. They made like tests, and they understood that those people who are not paid for their work, basically they're able to stay longer. And this is exactly like also one of the benefits why you can pursue your own thing, because while you're pursuing your own thing, you're not going to be paid for it for a while. And once you're not paid, you are able to do it longer, and meaning you are able to get better results. And as well, we are here not pursuing finances, we're pursuing value. And the more value you're able to provide, the better your financial situation will also be as a result. So if you want to actually go and pursue your entrepreneurial journey, connect with me on LinkedIn. Link in the description, and I'll give you a guide on what you should do at your current step. This is what I really highly recommend you to do. Connect with me and overall start your entrepreneurial journey, because this is one of the best things you basically can do. And this is what I found out for myself, that there is no other way. I don't see any other option. Whatever I just discussed in this video. So if you go in one direction, if you're not doing anything, you will still want to do something at some point. If you're doing the searching for new thing, you will still have to search for new things that you will basically enjoy doing at some point, and maybe it will go in the wrong direction again because you will end up not enjoying it. Or maybe you will end up enjoying it, but it will also be hard. Anything will be hard. As long as you want to get good results, it will be hard. As long as you want to provide huge value. So it will always be hard. And the third journey is like going to software engineering. It's also going to be hard, and you will also not be seeing value. And the fourth journey is staying on the same journey as you are already as an entrepreneur. So pursue this journey, or maybe start your own journey if you are not enjoying your journey, if you're not sure if this is the right journey. But you better connect with me on LinkedIn, and I can help you and actually understand if this is something you want to do or not. And I also recommend you to check out this video about niche selection, because this is where you can actually see if you enjoy the things that you're doing or not, if it was just random or if it's something that you'll be able to do for a while. And this is exactly what I'm doing with my YouTube, with my content, and with my business. I'm doing the thing that I will be doing for a while. Okay, I'll see you in this video.